Hi, good morning. This is Pranav from DPS Diary. Uh, how are you doing today? Okay, so today we are going to discuss about some good thing about SQL Server, some good thing about Sybase. We'll compare both of them. This is going to be a bit of unique video because I have not seen this kind of comparison on the YouTube before. Okay, I thought let me prepare something like this and show you. In some of the things, SQL Server is good. In some of the things, some of the features, Sybase is good. Okay, so we'll see which one is really good and which one is something which you like. Okay, so let's start with the lab. Okay, so we'll start with the first thing. Okay, so here you see this is Stack Overflow database. In the Stack Overflow database, we have taken the table which is there, and this is I'm dealing with the user table. So here we know that user ID is the primary key. So if I run the query, select star from users where user ID is null. This is primary key, so it cannot be null, right? So if I run this, and if I check the execution plan, what I see is it doesn't do anything because it knows the data of this table. It knows it cannot be null, so it doesn't even go to the table and checks anything. Okay, if you see the logical reads and all, it will be all 0. So let me enable that. Either you can enable from here, or you can enable by typing the command set statistics IO comma time on, right? Okay, so let me enable this. Now run this query, and what I see is, you see, it's all 0. It doesn't even go to the table. Now if I run the same command at the Sybase level, now let's see what happened. Now this table, as we have seen in the previous lab, okay, let's see the detail of this table. Now we know that company code, branch code, and transaction type and other columns are part of primary key, so it cannot be null, right? Let me run the query now. Select star from test table A where branch code is null, and let's enable the execution plan and see how it is. Query process plan and query time statistics, and see how it is. See, it is going for table scan based on the keys and indexes it has. It is going for table scan. Was it really required? I guess no. So in this particular case, we see SQL Server is handling it in a much better way. Okay, now let's see another example. This was part of primary key. Now you see this particular column, this is supposed to be not null, so it cannot be null, right? It cannot be null. But let's see how is our execution plan here. It's not good, right? It is still has to go and do the table scan because we don't have index here, I guess. Our index is not really supporting these all columns. Anyway, so we'll not get into the index right now, but in this case what we have seen is SQL Server is better than Sybase. Okay, now let's run the same query here like what we did. Now first we ran for the primary key. Now we'll take the column which is defined as not null, say for example display name, it is not null. So if we run this query, and we'll see how the execution plan looks like, and we'll see that this is not even going for looking at the table because it knows the data, how the data is supposed to be. It cannot be null because it has been defined having constraint as not null. Now we have an index on this table, ix underscore location on the users table. Okay, so we can run a query with this particular index. Okay, now if we run this query, so it will succeed and to use this index, because as you know, index hint is not something hint, it is must to do, so it has to use this index. Now what if we use the same query with another index which is not there? Suppose this index has been dropped. I can drop this index, or I can show you this one. So this is something random name, ix underscore table name. This will fail. In SQL Server, this will fail. Now, let us see at the Sybase level. Okay, how does that do? So in this, what we have seen is we have an index, right? So let's use one of that. Make a query from test table A, where transaction identifier is equal to, I don't know what will be the transaction identifier, so I will just take one of the value. Transaction identifier is say 20141. 20141. Okay. If you see here, it has used our index, I guess. No, because we didn't put select and condition. Okay, so if we do so, it is supposed to use our index, right? Sorry, select star from A. Sorry, input star. Okay, so it is supposed to use our index, correct? Yes, right. Now, what I want to show you is index, this index hint, and it is supposed to work, right? Now, I want to show you something else. Now, this is something which does not exist on this table, right? ABC, there is nothing like that. And let's run this query. Doesn't fail, right? Does it use our index? We'll see. Yes, it is using our index. Okay, so this is something good about Sybase, not good about SQL Server. And now let me show you something. Here I am using SQL Server 2019. So as up to 2019, this feature is not yet there in SQL Server, wherein it will not fail if the index has been dropped. So this is something very important. I feel that Sybase handles it in in a better manner than SQL Server does. So this was again a short video, but I hope you like this. We'll have more of these kind of videos wherein we'll take the similar query and we'll see how the performance differs between SQL Server and Sybase. So I hope this was an interesting video. If you liked it, please like and comment. Comment is very important if you want me to cover something else, or if you feel that something is missing, I should cover that part. So do let me know and subscribe. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.